Okay, we are playing. My name is Yard King on here on YouTube, and ironically, my YouTube channel has kind of taken a little bit of a turn because I used to really have passion about eating a whole bunch of fruit and everything like that. I really enjoy fruit. However, last year I didn't have hardly a harvest at all, and also went on a carnivore diet. I lost like 30 plus pounds. I felt amazing. I went into the winter months and kind of got off, but I maintained mainly. And so now I'm trying to get back on it, and I keep screwing up. Even this morning, someone left a half a donut on the counter and I took it. But anyhow, my goal is to go back low carb, don't eat any carbs, and just mainly eat some fatty meat, because that's when I felt really great. It just takes like 2-3 weeks to really get into it, and it's hard for 2-3 weeks and it becomes easy, and I keep screwing up. But I want to tell you my plans, because the pure carnivore people would look down on this maybe, but my plan is to allow myself to eat some fruit as it is ripe on the tree, and I can enjoy that, and then be done. A lot of people would disagree with that, and the reason is because they'd be nervous I'd go right back into that lifestyle, and I understand that idea. But my way of thinking is, like, historically, I mean, I'm a biblical person, I'm a Christian. I mean, for crying out loud, if someone back then saw a fig tree, I mean, Jesus wanted a fig, right? He would eat the figs. But the thing about fruit is they're seasonal. Like, if you go in the middle of the woods and you just have try to find something to eat, I mean, 90 to 95% of the plants that you find is going to kill you. I mean, look at here. This is grass. You can't eat the grass. The cows can eat the grass. But the way we get the nutrition from this grass, there's plenty of nutrition in here, but the way we get it is the cows eat the grass. So most plants we cannot even handle. And there are some that we can handle, and some we can handle better than others. And I think most of human history, we did not have canning. We did not have pickling. And we did not have fruit refrigeration, for sure. So how did we eat fruit? We pulled it off the tree, we sold it in the market, and when it was gone, it was gone. Now in the store we have, fruit that's sprayed with pesticides so that none of the bugs can get it. They're sprayed with, all sorts of pesticides, and now lots of times the apples might have wax all over them, and when you get an apple from the tree, from the store, lots of times the apple is from last year, and it's just stood that long because it's got wax all over it, and you're eating the wax, and you pretend that if you put it under the water for a second, the wax all came off, and it's just not true. So, but for me, I want to be opportunistic in the sense that, like, hey, I did not spray anything on this tree. If I have any good fruit, I want to eat it up. There's some fruit that's going to go bad. A bug's going to bite it, and I won't be able to eat it because it'll be gross. But there's going to be some that I can eat, and I'll eat those things. And once it's gone, it's gone. And I think that's really good for your liver as well, because we've had this experiment for the last 100+ years, where we constantly have fructose in our diet. And it's even the people who don't have a lot of fruit, they think they don't have fruit. If you look in the back of the packaging of everything that we eat in the grocery store, it says corn fructose syrup. It's fructose. And fructose is metabolized way differently than normal sugar. It goes directly to the liver to be metabolized. And so when you eat a whole bunch day in and day out of fructose, you're getting a whole bunch of stuff that goes directly to your liver, and that turns to fat, and it's called NASH, fatty liver disease. You end up having a lot of problems. So what I say is my plan and is to kind of go back and to enjoy the fruit, what I know comes out. Don't eat it all, just enjoy some. Have some pears, then give away some pears. And throw away a whole bunch of them that's going to go bad because I didn't spray anything on there. And then after that, I'm done. And then my liver has a chance to go in ketosis. And ketosis can help a lot of things. And you got to think, though. I mean, you got people all around the planet. You have a winter that couldn't grow all these fruits and vegetables. They really don't have enough calories to sustain us. And they went into ketosis, and now because we have canning, we have refrigeration, we can get these grains year round. We never go into the secondary metabolism that helps heal and regenerate our body of ketosis, and that's what I really want to go back into. That's when I really felt the best, and I really want to go back naturally. And there's a lot of bad things in our food supply. For example, I think in Florida, they tested a whole bunch of foods in the market, and they tested for different things like arsenic and stuff like Roundup, because a lot of these vegetables are GMO, and they take away the gene that would make Roundup kill them. So they sprayed all the fields with Roundup, and it kills all the weeds, but then it helps the plant survives because is a GMO plant that doesn't get hurt. So here, real quick, my family before they walk by, my little girl, my wife, and my little doggy. So, hey, Red Piff. All right. My daughter's cutting the grass. So, so I watched this video, and it was talking about how Florida had tested all these breads and all these candies, and they pretty much said in one candy bar or one pack of candy, some of them have the above the yearly RDA for what the FDA says is enough arsenic. And it doesn't mean that it's going to kill you. It just means that all of a sudden your body is not going to run as efficiently because you had so much arsenic in there. It's not enough to kill you, but it is enough to eventually make your body not run as efficiently as it should. And they tested the breads has tons of glyphosate, which is the active ingredient in Roundup. Tons of it. So I'm like, I think they showed 2 different breads that they had the glyphosate was undetectable. My kids still eat bread. That's one of the things that sometimes I struggle of being perfect on that diet, because I'm just by myself on that. My wife, she does low carb, and she's very supportive of me. But there's people in the house, they have other stuff, and even though I maybe potentially would prefer them go this direction, I feel like that's a decision they have to make for themselves, and that's another controversial decision. Maybe a carnivore would disagree with me about, but all I can do is, first of all, I gotta actually do good myself, and if I become extremely healthy, extremely fit, then maybe my kids are like, hey, there's something to that. I want to be healthy like Dad, So, but anyhow, I'm just trying to be healthier, and my plan is to eat the fruit that I make from my garden. Okay, so here I'll just show. Last year I didn't get hardly any fruit besides my figs, because we had a very late pollination, and that's how it is when you have a home garden, and that's okay. But you can see, let me see, there's a whole bunch of them. So I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but they're there. This is a pineapple pear. This is a Victorian plum, and this is the first year that it really has come out with a whole bunch of plums, and it's my only European plum. Our contender peach tree that we bought the other year, we had a nice good old drought, and it was loaded with loaded up with peaches, but the drought like totally killed it, and I feel like it was too much fruit on there to have that little rain, and it died. So this year we actually planted 2 peaches, another contender, and over on the other side, I think it's a Red Haven. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience with those. The reason there was another Alberta that they were selling, and Georgia, Bella Georgia, but we decided because we don't really love the white peaches, and for Bella Georgia, and we also the Alberta said it was kind of having problems with like black rot and stuff like that. This tree is definitely the best tasting. It's supposed to be, I got off of Home Depot online, and it was definitely the best tasting plum I've had. It's a green gauge plum, but they're not green. They're kind of yellow and red, and they're super juicy, but ironically, I'm gonna tear it down. And it was because the location is literally right here, and so halfway through the season, this side of the tree is struggling and it turns yellow, and the other side is green. But I decided to let it go this one more season, then I'm going to cut it down, and I will buy another one of this same variety because it's absolutely delicious, and I'll plant it somewhere else. I had to plant it here because this lot over here, this empty lot, we didn't own at the time. So I was running out of space. Now we've bought it, and so now we have more opportunity of where to plant it. But this is definitely my tastiest plum thus far, but I got some other plums coming up. So this is the, now this is the contender. The other one is the Red Haven. And right here is the spot where we cut down the old peach tree. This is the bubblegum plum. I don't remember the exact name of it, but this tree smells so nice. Out of all the flowering trees I have, it smells the nicest. It smells super good. And this is also the first year that it is loaded with plums. I only had like 2 or 3 last year, and they didn't do really well. But we're gonna see how it is. This one is also a very heavy bearing one. It's ruby sweet. The first year I thought they were okay. The second year they were gross. And I think it's because it had too many fruit on there. But you can see it's kind of, I pulled a lot off, but there's also kind of, yeah, it kind of self-pruned itself. And so if it keeps it down, I really feel like we could have some tasty fruit this year is because it was still cold. The bees didn't come out as much, and they didn't pollinate everything. 2 years ago, last year we didn't have anything because of the late frost. 2 years ago, this was, I mean, it was loaded. It actually broke a branch because it was too much. So right here, it broke a branch, and then I had to get these things right here to prop the limbs up. And then there was so much that they were big, but they were just nasty. They're just like, it's tasting like, you were having water and wasn't any good. But if it doesn't taste good this year, I'm cutting it down. This is another one that I might cut down. I don't have a single plum on it. There were flowers. It did not get pollinated, and I don't think it's healthy. If you look, it's kind of a light green. This is a Santa Rosa plum. I think it's the spot, or maybe I planted it wrong. I'm not sure. But if you look over there at my neighbor's house, they have one of the biggest tree in the front yard. Let me see. Yeah, it's actually the same kind. It's a dark green color, and there's fruit all over it. So I'm not making a tree for charity. I'm making it for fruit, and it's taking up valuable space. So I don't know. I might cut it down. I'm not sure. another one. I hate to say I'm cutting all these trees down, but it's just the truth. I need everything that's in my yard is going to have a purpose. I have 0.9 acres, and that's nice, but I don't have like endless acres. I can just leave it up for no reason. So here is a cherry tree, and it didn't get very big at all. I don't see any cherries on it, and you see all these bare limbs because it's just not producing. I'll never get another dwarf cherry tree ever again. So this is the Violet de Bordeaux. I definitely desire, I feel like this could be my best tasting fig if I got more sun. So right now it is like 12:30 in the afternoon, and it's still in the shade. And look, it doesn't get full sun. Let's see if you can see it. So there's a line. It doesn't get full sun until it hits like 1 o'clock. And that's the big problem with this is I feel like it would produce earlier. It would have more figs, and to be a lot tastier figs if it was in the sun all day long. I put it here because all this stuff that people talk about, you know, planting on this side of the sun, but on your house. However, I don't have that area where it would say for me, it's like my house would have to be turning a different direction to plant it where they say to plant it on your side of your house. And so no matter where I go, there's shade on the side of my house. So I tried to propagate this and I was not successful. So this year I was thinking about doing some air layers, and with the air layers I will hopefully make some more of these, and then I can plant them somewhere else in my yard that gets full sun. And we'll see how they go, because I love figs. I find that figs are the easiest out of all the plants, the most reliable to get fruit. They can die back all the way to the ground, and they come back and they produce figs for you. And you can't get them in the grocery store unless they're dried. And the ones that are in the grocery store don't taste nearly as good. If you find some fresh figs in the grocery store, they were shipped all the way from California. And they pick varieties that last the longest and also taste the best. I have one that tastes so good. It's so good. And I don't even know what it's called. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Here is my grapevine. I cut it back this year. We're going to see eventually it'll start growing. This one looks like a little live right here. Yeah. So, and let me come up here. Dude, this is already a 10-minute video. Who in the world would watch this? I feel like this is just for my own documentation. But it's fine. All right. So here's my I can't even pronounce it. I don't remember the Ichikichi, whatever, persimmons. I did have like 4 or 5 persimmons last year from it, but I made a mistake of pulling them off too early. They never really ripened. Plus, it was young, so it's fine if it doesn't produce this year, but it seems to be growing pretty nice. And this is my favorite tree, and so when I bought this, I think it was supposed to be brown turkey, but I think they mislabeled it. I've seen brown turkey. I've actually bought other brown turkeys in a pot. They're way bigger. Those ones are way smaller. Their eyes, I think the brown turkey I bought in the pot, the eyes were big and ants would go into the eye and everything like that. This one has a tight eye. I can't remember quite off the top of my head which one I think it's called, but it's a sugar fig and it tastes sweet. We made jam last year. I'm not going to do that again because no one ate it and it just tastes so good by itself. I mean, it didn't. You had all this jam and you put sugar in it, and it's like it did not improve the taste. It tasted better fresh. So that's what I'm gonna do. And when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not gonna eat anymore. I don't have to get it from the store. So so this is the one that I think is a sugar fig. This is another one. Man, I have to go back and film more videos to remember what this kind this is. By the way, I did not cover these at all. They got down to 5 degrees wind chill. We had 1.5 feet of snow, and I just cut down. The reason I cut a lot of this, most of it that I cut, was because I didn't want the figs to, I wanted to be able to reach the figs when they grow. So I didn't even have to cut it. I mean, there's a couple more dead spots that I see, but yeah. Here's another variety here. But like I say, I want to get the Violet de Bordeaux, because when I get those, they kind of bloom late when it's starting to cool down. And as soon as they ripen, you have to fight the ants off to try to get a couple of them, because they don't have, but they're bigger. The eyes are tight, and they got this beautiful color to them. But I think they'd be so much better if they were actually in the sun all day long. And so I might try to air layer that one. I was thinking about air layering this one, just because it's so amazing. I could have a different plant so I can get more figs in the future. But yeah, there it is. So that's a big old pile of wood. We have a service that picks up that stuff. And we got like 13, 14 pecan trees that are constantly dropping limbs down. So hopefully they'll come by and pick that up a little bit. I know they're going to hate me for having that much stuff, but that's what it is. All right. Thank you. Peace. Bye.